I want you to think, like, have you ever seen like a path that's not a path, but it's in the graph, but somehow it became a path? Yeah. So this is the best. You have neurons in your brain, neural connections that are binding together. Neurons that wire together, fire together. So every time you perform a task, you're building a strand. You're building a strand. You're building a strand. You're building a strand. So your actions make the difference in results. Not intention, actions make the difference in results. The walking makes the difference in results. So let's think of a bad habit of a down spiral of procrastination. But here's what I find out. Procrastination is not as simple as people tell you. Well, just stop doing what you're doing and do something else. There are other things that are binded to it. There's the amygdala. The amygdala is part of your brain that literally records the things that cause you anxiety and stress. So you may get a knot in your stomach when you're about to do an action because you've been so used to not doing it, so your amygdala brain is automatically keeping you away from it and you don't even know it. Let me tell you an example. For a while, I'm still in school. I've been in school for 6 years. The reason why I host this is because I personally have to build new habits to get back on track. I run a mobile personal training business. I was homeless for like a year. So in doing so, I was so stressed out. I was so anxious. I was so worried. So at specific times of the semester, my brain registered that, man, your life is about to go down automatically. You're like, at this time, maybe my parent died, my pet died. Maybe at this time I lost. Maybe at this time I was alone. Maybe I lost all my friends. Maybe I couldn't eat at this time. So at this time you get so sad and depressed. And you build a habit of ignoring because you're trying to escape the problem. So you start, man, if I go look at this time, I'm really so stressed. I'm so worried. I'm so tired. So now, the cells of the amygdala brain is going to the thing of procrastination, and then you can't find yourself doing anything. You're like, man, I'm really trying to go do this assignment. For some reason, I keep holding myself back. My philosophies, my scripts, my brain is just messing me up. Maybe, let's say another thing. Maybe every time you got a breakup, somebody broke your heart. So it's not just procrastination anymore, it's just ill eating. You're not eating right, you're eating too much. So it doesn't have to be a boyfriend that breaks your heart. Your mom just like says something about you, like, man, mom, you really gonna say that? So now, all of a sudden, you start eating bad again. So these cells are firing and wiring together so that when this shows up, that shows up. So now you have to subconsciously unwire them, and not by going and just unlaying the train tracks of the neurons that are affecting you, but you have to completely ignore these and go and just act on a new path. You cannot change the old road that got you to the place you are right now. You cannot change the habits that got you to the path that you are right now by unlaying the tracks. That will take forever to unlay the tracks of all your ill habits, all your negative beliefs. But what you can do, you can build new ones. And when you build new ones, these start to go away. But you have to be very self-aware to know how to do that. You have to be very alert about your life to know what is causing you to do that. What philosophies, what scripts, what things are actually affecting the things you're doing every single day. Once you begin to have that sense of awareness, then now you can consciously build new neurons that are firing together and wiring together. So what I've done is I've created a morning routine that works for me and not against me. So that I know, okay, now I know I've been procrastinating on these tasks. I've been wanting to do this for years, but I'm like, I've been procrastinating on doing that because I'm not ready. So I worked on the scripts, then I started acting. You have to start acting every day by building an environment that will help you act. So now how do you build an environment? First, you have to build a solid internal environment that matches your external environment to change your life. So now you have to look at the workspace that you're working at. Now, if you work in your bedroom, that's where you play video games, or you work in your living room, that's where you watch TV, and you work here, and that's what, if you keep finding yourself distracted, let's say you had a habit of smoking and you're hanging out with the environment of friends that are constantly smoking, that are doing that and doing that, you cannot change your brain in the same environment that built those new neural pathways. So you almost have to look at the greener side of the other side by literally saying, okay, if I've been building this pathway here, pathway of destruction, pathway of least resistance, why did I resist those temptations, go to a new era of my life, and use the same thing I did for negative habits for positive ones? Being able to program my mind to the point where I know that it will be less resistance because this is already part of my philosophy. That I have to wake up and do this, I have to wake up and do that. So then, you don't have to work as hard. Now, if it's hard, you don't want to do it. If it's difficult, you don't want to go towards that route. So how do you make it easy? It has to become so effortlessly that you don't even have to think about it.